Ladies and gentlemen, there's a wonderful MSNBC segment on YouTube. FBI planted evidence, ? Trump has until September 30th to back up his claims. And my goodness, the indignation. How dare Donald Trump? How dare he accuse the pristine Federal Bureau of Investigation that found, according to James Comey, watch the short on this channel, 15,000 views already on that short. Hit subscribe right now. According to James Comey, found that there were violations of the legal statutes pertaining to the handling of classified data, with Madam Secretary and her computer servers siphoning classified data outside the U.S. government, but no reasonable prosecutor would indict. And then we had a Bureau official just resign the other day. That was in the news for helping cover up stories, New York Post breaking stories in journalism about Hunter's emails that show clear violations of the law, graft, and other felonies. I mean, it's with it. You have to read the New York Post, Daily Mail, Federalist. You have to read publications that actually do journalism and don't just get talking points from a political party. But anyway, it's a wonderful MSNBC article, but wait, what's this? Washington Examiner Judge rebuffs special master, rules Trump need not submit declaration on document planting. This is very interesting, and people might say, it doesn't make any sense. Ordinarily, you would have to back up that claim. If you say, this law enforcement agency planted some evidence. Considering that you have one agent who stated we will stop Trump, other agents, and watch one of the shorts on this channel with the Inspector General Michael Horowitz stating that he found numerous officials at the Bureau with animus towards Trump. You have Kevin Kleinsmith, who pled guilty to falsifying records and deceiving a FISA judge. You have a concerted effort by numerous officials, from Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Kleinsmith. There's two people or more linked to the effort to suspend the New York Post 2 years ago, when, by the way, we found out that not only did Hunter's emails and correlate directly to 150 suspicious financial transactions, but they should never have impeached Trump the first time. Because if their entire premise for the first impeachment was he tried to pressure another government to investigate mashed potato brains Joe. He would never do that, Joe Biden. He's so wonderful. We have emails that show he met with Hunter's business associates in the West Wing, at the White House, and in other government buildings, and he did so like 14 different times. And so something along those lines. The New York Post broke that story. But anyway, FBI seized almost 200,000 pages of documents. How on earth? And hit subscribe to this channel, hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel and H.A. Goodman's other channel. I'll be doing a lot of segments starting, 2 days from now. October 1st, you will just be inundated if you enjoy my viewpoints on the stock market, politics, life in general, all three channels. You know this one's going to have at least 4 segments a day, but I will do a number of segments on both of those, so please go ahead and subscribe there. I have a new short. Subscribe. Watch that one, please. It's the Honorable Robert Mueller basically stating what I've been saying since 2016, 2017. The whole Trump-Russia thing was completely fabricated. He basically says there was nothing there. Watch that short. I'll have a live stream tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Be here for the live stream. We did very well last night in the live stream, like 12,000 views already. In a couple of hours. But anyway, if you want to support my work long-term, my Patreon is below. If you want to give a super thanks to the shorts or this segment, please do. CNBC, FBI seized almost 200,000 pages of documents. And Newsweek, Trump lawyer reveals nearly 200,000 pages of documents received. Independent, Trump, let's just say, kept 200,000 pages of federal records, court filings show. How on earth is this man, any woman, any human being, supposed to look at 200,000 pages? Don't talk to me about, oh, he's not above the law. You have Hunter, Hillary, Democrats they've shown that they don't care about the rule of law. That's absurd. Okay, so much so that, like, the knock on me in 2016, when my writing in The Hill, the Huffington Post Salon was being read hundreds of thousands of times each article, the knock on me was you promised, Madam Secretary would get indicted. I didn't promise anything. If laws were broken, at that point, I was so naive and so gullible, just like the average morally superior, highly educated Democrat. I said, well, the Federal Bureau of Investigation is generally apolitical, or it generally had been somewhat until then. Not really if you look at J. Edgar Hoover, but I'm just saying, that was my mindset. And so I said, well, committed crimes. People were more than happy that Comey didn't indict, or didn't recommend indictments, or didn't give it to the DOJ to decide, and said, oh, well, you know what? Then he wrote the Comey letter because it was a failed cover-up. Not because he was so apolitical that he was this wonderful moral person, salt-of-the-earth person. No. What took place in 2016, we're still living. So we're reliving 2016 every day. I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. And the reason I do, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to sneeze. The reason I do is because we've relived 2016 every single day. What happened is classified data was a huge issue back then. Democrats made a complete mockery of it. They're now crying and complaining and, oh my God, the Dobbs decision, the Supreme Court, you cheated Bernie Sanders. You reveled in the fact that Madam Secretary, who broke laws, and watch the short on this channel, 15,000 subs, I don't say it. The Honorable James Comey says that Clinton broke laws. The Honorable Comey says that Clinton broke laws, not me. He says it, okay? I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. I'd vote for Trump a million times over, obviously. I don't want a recession. Household median incomes down. Interest rates up in a shrinking economy. Food shortages. Are you kidding me? Crime rampant. I mean, it's a geopolitical nightmare in Europe. A nightmare. Okay, I don't want all of that. So if you vote Democrat in the midterms, you're voting for terrible foreign policy and a catastrophic decline in the economy. But anyway, that's another story. Classified data was the main focus, the theme of 2016. They funneled and siphoned classified data onto servers for 4 years. President Obama theoretically didn't know. Of course he knew. But nobody knew, okay? These were secret servers that funneled top secret and special access program intelligence, and Comey even stated there's evidence of violations of legal statutes being broken. Even Mueller, on one of my latest shorts, says, yeah, the evidence was insufficient. With Comey, he said the evidence was sufficient. He said there is evidence that Clinton broke the law. Didn't indict. Democrats would have won, and even though President Trump is, if you judge him just based on his accomplishments, economic and foreign policy, an amazing president, but he would have lost at that moment in time to Bernie Sanders. Bernie is a tool of the Democratic Party, probably a very good human being, good grandfather, but just a tool. He basically works for the Democratic Party to funnel impressionable left-leaning voters back into the basically there's a wing of the Democratic Party that's a Green Party wing, but they'll lose friends and family if they actually vote for Green Party or Trump. So unfortunately, because that's how the morally superior liberal Democrats think. If you vote for Trump, if you vote Green Party, well, you're allowing democracy to be ripped to shreds. So anyway, Bernie Sanders exists to say, I was cheated again. By the way, I completely forgive them for cheating me. Vote Democrat so you can never get Medicare for all, a Green New Deal, or whatever it is that you want. A Green Party platform that Democrats will never abide by. And they'll give crumbs. Like, you have 10 grand in student loan. Too bad your income is now 4.45%. Real wages down 4 to 5%. Inflation 8 to 9%. Food costs are through the roof. Energy is still expensive. It's going to get through the roof again. And you'll have shortages. And we have a housing crisis. And we have a stock market collapse that I predicted, ladies and gentlemen. People say, well, why do you keep saying you predicted it? Because you're watching this channel for a reason. So watch the playlist. The playlist, there was like 49 segments I've done the past year. I told everybody the whole thing's going to fall and collapse. And it is, unfortunately. But what do you expect Trump to do? So the special master said, oh, well, you know what? You have to go ahead and verify and sign court documents and, ensure and guarantee that your claim is accurate. Because you can't possibly accuse people who despise you. They absolutely have utmost contempt for you. You can't accuse them. You can't accuse them of possibly planting evidence the way Kevin Kleinsmith deceived the FISA judge, pled guilty to that in the Durham Probe Special Counsel. And the Durham Probe has an October 11th trial, ladies and gentlemen, to my 11-minute crowd. It's time to pay attention, everybody. I should say this to the 1-minute crowd, because the 11-minute crowd knows everything. But they're all too willing, the informant in Mar-a-Lago, the informant with the Steele dossier, the informant with who deceived, or I should say gave a pretext to government agencies to just investigate Trump. He never committed any crimes. How do we know this? Because they haven't indicted him. Okay, we know Clinton did commit crimes because Comey actually states that she did. That's within the short on this channel, 15,000 views already. It's his words on C-SPAN. But you have a situation where they want Trump out of 2024 because they know they can lose to Trump like they did with Hillary. I think Hillary's going to be the nominee again. I think if it's not this year, then the next 4 years from now or 6 years from now, if not 2024, 2028, 2032, 2036, 2040, 2044, Madam Secretary, and God bless her, she should run every 4 years. And look, you think maybe she could surpass Mashed Potato Brains? I think so. I don't think Mashed Potato Joe is an obstacle for Hillary to overcome. Anyway, we have a Hillary-Trump 2024. There's enough contempt and animus and apoplectic, hysterical mania regarding Trump that people have no problem on the left voting for Hillary, which would be fantastic. Because that's another thing I've been saying that eventually will take place. Anyway, Trump doesn't have to prove the claim anymore. He thinks they did plant evidence. Is that a baseless claim? Every claim made against Trump, from the quotes he stated to him working with the Kremlin, was all baseless. Democrats have no problems with baseless claims or hyperbole or absurd leaps of logic. This one actually kind of does make sense. It is feasible or possible, maybe probable, realistic, that could happen in Trump's case right now. But anyway, be here tonight for the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the latest shorts on this channel. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. To my 14-minute crowd, I can't thank you enough for just being so wonderful. All right, everybody. I'll see you later today. Be here for the live stream tonight.